who has it harder when it comes to dating, men or women. Overall, who would you say has the burden of initiative when it comes to dating? So who typically has to initiate? That could be asking for a phone number. It could be approaching you. It could be sending a DM. It could be sending a message on a dating app. Who has the burden of the initiative?
Personally, Coco. I wouldn't accept it if I had to ask a guy. So I would wait for a guy to ask me. I feel like chivalry is dead, but I would wait for a guy to ask me.
So if the guy's not willing to make a move,
he's not.
Like, well, let's say if, I guess, agree or disagree, if the guy isn't willing to have the courage to come and talk to you, that's not a guy that you would want to date.
Correct.
Okay.
Agree. Let's
go around rapid fire on the table for that one. If a guy doesn't have the courage to initiate and approach you, wherever that may be, it could be online, it could be in person, that type of guy is not the type of guy that you're interested in.
I feel like I generally initiate.
Okay, so not a good question to ask you. Brooke?
Well, like Bumble makes like the girl message the guy first, which I hate in some instances and like in some instances. Like it just depends like what you feel like you have to say to someone, like what topics or like whatever you want to bring up. Like if you feel like you have something like genuinely in common with them, it's like easy to talk to them first. Like it doesn't really matter. It's not like about like, oh, like I'm the girl and I'm going to talk to the guy first. That's so wrong. Like it doesn't matter. But I think if it's less serious dating, I would want the guy to ask me first. I wouldn't really.
Okay.
Wait, question. If it was more serious, are you saying that you would want to ask him first?
Well, if it was more serious, like it wouldn't really matter.
Oh.
Like if I was gonna ask them first, like if it was something where like I feel like I'm interested in this person, I would be willing to ask them. Like it wouldn't really bother me. I think I can go after like things that I want, like, and it not like hurt my confidence or anything.
Yeah.
Like I know I want it, then I'll go for it.
It is interesting that you bring up the Bumble example because Bumble is an app, if you guys don't know, where it's a dating app sort of similar to Tinder or Hinge, but the difference is that when you match, you swipe left or right on people like how all the other apps are, but when you match, the woman has to send the first message. Mm-hmm. Now, as someone who's been on Bumble, I can say overwhelmingly my experience, and I think I've spoken to a few other guys, and this is the experience of a lot of guys on there. There are certainly some women that will, when they first message you, they will come up with something clever or something. But overwhelmingly, y'all just say, hey, hi. The same shit that if a guy said to you on Tinder, you wouldn't even answer. So I'm going to say that. So there's that. And I mean, look, maybe depends on the guy. If the guy's super attractive and he just says, hey, maybe you'll go for it, whatever. But I have heard a common complaint, like for women who are on Tinder, they're like, if you just say hi or hey, how you doing? That shit's kind of boring. Like it doesn't give you much to work with. So my experience on Bumble is like 90% of the girls, when they do message, it's hi, hey, how's it going? Very basic shit. I'd say some like they'll go through the profile and like actually do a little something creative. And I appreciate that because I'm like, okay, you look through it, you're putting in effort. And I like that. That's cool. But even then, I would say that as soon as they send the first message, a lot of time, and this is my experience, you're going to have to take over as the guy from there. Even if they send the first message, you're going to have to probably say, hey, let's meet up. Let's meet here. Let's meet at this time. And you got to, ask for the number. And then, so I think Bumble is a voice crack. Nice. So yeah, I'm still going through puberty. I think Bumble is a step in the right direction, but yeah, I think it's like the initiative that women have to show on Bumble. It's very token.
Well, I think when you think about if you're like meeting someone in person, you're usually at like a common place of interest, or you're like both at a place where like you're both doing something that like that's what I just said. But I think that's kind of what people are looking for on dating apps, is like find a common interest and then talk about it. But I do know what you're saying about the like, hey, because I would do that too, because I want them to seem like they're interested by starting a conversation, if that makes sense. I don't know how.
So you were a hater on Bumble. You would just say hey.
Not
hey,
all the
it
time.
It is what it is.
Not
it
all
is
the
what
time.
it is.
It's just, it depends on the person. Like everyone has their own little like peaks of interest, and it depends like what type of person they are.
Yeah, and there's certainly like, I'm sure, by the way, just show of hands, who here at the table has been on a dating app at some point? Yeah. So, I mean, there's just some profiles where it's like, the fuck am I supposed to say to this person? Like, they don't, it's like on Bumble, there's prompts and stuff, but like sometimes there's nothing in the bio, there's nothing in the prompts. Their photos are kind of fucking dull, very basic. So it's just like, you can't really come up with something super clever, you know? You can maybe do like something kind of token just to make it at least somewhat interesting, but
I wouldn't even match with them.
You wouldn't even match if their show was boring?
They're boring
okay.
and they don't have any information. It's like, what? I'm not going to try to like fish for information from you. Like, give it to me straight up, or
okay.
That's it.
Okay, got it. So, and Big D, did you answer?
About the initiative?
Do you prefer little D or big D?
It's actually funny.
Medium-sized D?
People called me Big D before because it's like ironic, you know?
Right.
'Cause I'm such a little. But I think it's funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
If that annoys you, by the way, I can change
no,
back to your name.
No, you're good.
Okay.
About initiative, yeah. I definitely take that because when I match with someone, I never message first. Like, if I'm going on a date with you, it's for sure because you asked me.
Okay. So, and when you say message you, do you mean like, is that through Instagram,
Like
a dating app?
Like, I'm talking as in dating.
Are you currently on the dating app right now?
Yes.
Which ones? Farmers Only? I think I saw you on Farmers Only. And
How'd
Christian
you
Mingle.
know?
But which ones?
Right now, the one I use like most is Hinge, I would say.
Dude, Hinge is like pretty good.
Hinge is
Yeah,
very
I mean,
in-depth.
it's the app made for
Tinder
to get off,
sucks.
to be deleted. So.
I think they changed that though.
Oh, really?
Well, I think because now on Hinge there's a field that says dating
Oh,
goals,
like what you're looking for.
what you're looking for. Whereas before it did seem like, at least in their marketing, it was like, hey, this is for more people who are more serious. But in the field, you can put like short-term dating, which, I mean, to me, that doesn't really equate with.
Mine has short-term, open to long.
Short-term, open to long. Okay, got it. You know what? Oh, you know what'd be interesting would be if we did a dating profile review.
Please no.
Well, we're gonna have to maybe do that for a new show when we can like connect
Yeah.
the phones to the computer or something. But
Oh God.
wait, what are your other things?
Do you want me to pull it up or something?
No, it's okay. It's okay. So you were saying how on the dating apps you never message first.
No.
And on Hinge, you can receive likes and send likes out. Do you ever send likes out, or are
Yeah.
you send likes out?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you mostly picking like you probably get a lot of matches, like guys who are liking you on Hinge?
Mm-hmm.
And are you more so getting matches from the pool of men who like you, or?
I actually don't know the stats on that one. Don't really know.
Okay.
What that is.
But-
I like to look through both, you know?
Yeah. But so you were saying that on the dating apps, you want the guy to message you first.
Yeah, like
I
never
You
do.
never message first.
No.
Not even
'Cause it's
once.
I have before. And it's not that I'm like scared to message first. It's more like I think it's the whole Leo and Venus.
You want
Yeah, I want someone who like
the guy to take
message
initiative.
me, like who likes me enough or like sees me and makes the effort to message.
Okay.
I
But
think
let me
that
ask you a
is, I
question.
guess.
What if all men felt the exact same way as that?
Oh.
Well,
I think society, I think they're just never, this is the last generation. No one else would do, but no, that's interesting. So, but I think that's fairly common. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with someone wanting to have the other person initiate. And I think that's kind of falls into more traditional gender roles. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So
Yeah, it's not that like I'm not open to reaching out first, but I guess I want to be reached out first. Yeah.
That's what
but
you
I
want.
could.
You could.
Yeah, like it's
Okay.
not like I'm like embarrassed or like, oh, I can't.
Do you feel that you would lose some leverage if you messaged first? You'd think,
no.
okay, this girl's really, you'd think the guy thinks, hey, this girl's super into me, she's messaging me first, and then he might make less effort.
No, I think a lot of guys find it really new and fresh that like girls reach out first and like very bold, and I like respect that. I just don't think I want to chase a guy. Like that's the whole point of why I don't want to do that.
Got it. Okay. So overwhelmingly, it seemed like the panel said they prefer the guy to initiate, but you said that you initiate more often than does men.
I mean, not on apps. I guess I just mean like if I'm like at a party and I meet someone, then I'll most likely just kind of like go talk to them and maybe do more body language of like, hey, I'm into you. And then like I wouldn't be the one to like ask them on a date though. But I would be like just showing signals, you know, like, hey.
That makes sense.
Got it. Okay.